Well, hi there everyone and welcome back to Infinity, where you can see I'm down here at the beach hut, my original house, and the reason I'm down here is because this is where the smeltery is, which I need to use, because today I want to do something with Invar. Now Invar is an alloy which I would normally make using... what's that in there? There's iron in there already, awesome. Which you'd normally make using something like the pulverizer from thermal expansion. I don't have one of those, but I can make it in here. All that you need to make Invar is 1 ferrous ingot to 3 iron ingots. Now I have a stupid number of iron because I've got some iron in there. So I'm going to need, what's that, 4... 12, I've got 5, so I'll need 7 of these, won't I? So I can just put some of those in, just to melt down. Now I need iron ingots. I need Invar ingots. So I'm going to need an ingot cast to actually smelt these things off. And for that I need one of these, a brick. That will do fine. All that I have to do is take my casting table, pop the brick in, and checking that I've got aluminium brass on the bottom. Just right click that and that should make an ingot cast. There we go, 1 ingot cast. So now all I have to do is pop that in. See how I'm doing? I've got 12 bits of Invar in there, 2 bits of iron, and no ferrous metal, which meant I completely miscalculated. Never mind, all I have to do is right click that, and I think I've just made an aluminium brass ingot because I had the wrong button clicked. There we go, and I can make up quickly bits of Invar. Now I'm going to need quite a few bits of this, and this table is not even slightly automated. So this will just take a second or two just to pull out. How much do I need? I'll probably need all of these pieces, don't I? I'm going to get them all out because Invar is useful. And I may have to move the smeltery up when I build a better room for it way over there. How many more do I have? I have another 3 ingots, so I'm nearly there. 2 more. 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. And that should be it. Last one. So I have made up a grand total of 12 Invar ingots. I'm just going to stick this in there. And note, to my complete surprise, that I actually have some ores in here. I didn't know I had those. So let's grab them and head on back to the castle, where things have been happening, especially if I don't whack straight into that. Not much has been going on down here since I last saw you. That's all just still going up. But if we come over here, you might see there's something new just there. Hop on up here, past this. And yeah, I noticed this. There's like this little canyony area. It's a tiny little one, which is going to be just in front of my front gates. I don't know. I may want to do something with that. It is pretty cool because I completely didn't notice when I was deciding where to build. Let's get through here. This, because here are my front gates. Or the start of them at least. They will be a touch more impressive than that eventually. So yeah, this canyon's just here, look. So I don't know, this doesn't give me much room right in front of it. I might have to incorporate those. Oh, and it's getting night already. So yeah, front gates. There is this, which is a squarish tower. Which is, was that poisoned ivy? Of course. I'm building a tower just along around here. It just loops around the side. I don't want to be out too much longer. I don't want you there, poisoned ivy. So yeah, here's the gates. Here is the start of an entranceway digging under the hill, and here is a way up which I have dug, which I've built myself from scaffolding. Right, let's get up here and actually not into bed. Let's get straight into the factory before anything horrible spawns. And I'll give you a guided tour when I've done a bit of building. So hopefully we should be pretty safe in here. So what do I want? Well, what I am trying to make, well, what I'm using is I'm getting through an awful lot of wood. An awful lot of wood. I am going to just pop these in here. Not the torches. Because obviously I'm making wooden floors, and I'm burning off lots and lots of charcoal for things like the quarries way over there, which are working very well. So I need lots of wood, and I'm getting it by chopping down all the trees on here, but that is quickly becoming a pain. I would like an automated way, and obviously the super easy automated way for the start of the game is Minefactory Reloaded. Sadly, it is the very best way to actually do these things. Now, there's two things which I want. The first one is the planter which plants things. It's quite easy to make. It needs copper gear, redstone reception coil, machine frame, pistons, flower pot. The flower pot is the one thing which I have forgotten. It needs clay. Now, clay is all of the way down there, so I'm going to start off by making everything else. So what we need is the other thing which needs is the harvester, which requires invar axes. That's why I needed the invar. 2 pistons, copper gears, machine frames. Does this one need pistons? No, but it needs gold gears. The machine frame now is made from a tin gear, glass and iron. So this is all very easy to make. I'm going to make up a pair of tin gears. 1, 2, some copper gears. If I can find me my copper. I have found quite a bit more copper. My quarry has found a lot more copper. I need to dig a load of it up. Gold gears I don't think you can make like that, can you? It is gold gears for the harvester, isn't it? Gold gears. You can make them like that. That is nice and easy. I was expecting to have to make the industrial craft ones. Right, another thing which I need is another chest on the side of this so that it is a bit expanded. Plop. Right, there is a bit more room. So I am also going to need, well, those 2 tin gears get surrounded by glass. And some iron. And we get our basic machine frames. There are different tiers of machine frames now, which is interesting. It lets you do different upgrades. There aren't really any I can make for this, so that's easy. Do I have planks? I do not have planks. You might notice, by the way, I've taken the rotor off this. That's because this thing is completely full, and it's a bit pointless sort of wasting the rotor when I don't need it running all the time. It produces so much energy, so much more than I can possibly make use of. Which is absolutely brilliant. I'm really happy with that, but I don't want to waste the rotor for absolutely no reason. Right, a pair of pistons. Now I do also need some plastic sheets. Plastic sheets are made from raw plastic. Raw plastic is made by cooking up this industrial craft rubber in a furnace. Which is, if we take the iron ore out of there just a second, pop the rubber in, pop the iron ore back in, that will cook up into raw plastic, which we can use to make our plastic sheeting. I also need an invar axe or 2. 2 invar axes. 1, 2 redstone reception coils. Those are easy. I believe I need 1 for each. Yep. So all that they are is 2 pieces of redstone, 2 pieces of gold, and you've got like the most basic building block of thermal expansion. So that is pretty much everything I need. I think I do need a pair of shears, I think, for my harvester. I do. So just to make those shears. There we go, and now it is... Is it still night? It is still night, so just 1 second, and... Well, so now I'm just going to cut out and come back when I've gone down and got those bits of clay. Okay, so I am back. I'm just heading on back up to the top of the tower. I thought that was a mob then, and it was a piece of glass. Glass? Try grass. And I have been down to the beach hut and I have picked up, let's just get inside just in case there's any mobs about, 3 pieces of clay. That's all the clay I had. However, I did still have quite a bit of the clay blocks left over. So I've picked those up because, if you don't know, you can pop those into the extractor and it will turn them back into 4 clay pieces each. So now all which I need is, it was a flower pot, wasn't it? Now the flower pot is actually made from the bricks. So what I shall do is just pop those bricks, those clay into there to smelt up into bricks. I always find clay the most annoying thing to get in a Feed the Beast mod pack because it is just so flipping awkward. Right, I think we can now make ourselves a... the harvester to start with, because it is just that, and that, and you need the plastic sheets as well, which come from the raw plastic. You take the raw plastic, put it round like that, and you get loads and loads of plastic sheets. So there we go, 1 harvester. How's this doing? Is that all through? 3 bricks, and you can see over here we're getting lots and lots of clay out of that. So 3 bricks make up our flower pot, machine frame, reception coil, 2 pistons and 2 copper gears and 2 plastic sheets makes us up the planter. So we now have the planter and we have the harvester. Right, what we need is some... Do we have any item ducting left? If we don't, it's no big problem. We are probably going to use that one, are we? Because that's very, very easy to make up. Item ducting. Right, let us go and start to put this together. Now I'm thinking it's probably want to go just about here, actually. So what we are going to do is completely not pick up the planter or the harvester, because that would be very, very clever. Right, here we go, 1 planter, 1 harvester. Another thing which would be very useful would be, admittedly, a chest. Let's actually go mad, because we have a decent amount of iron, make it an iron chest. And click you off. Right. So the planter is going to live down underneath the ground, just like this, because that's where it lives. Now the harvester, these by default will plant in a 3x3 area. Is that enough for me to start with, or would I like it to be a bit bigger? I might as well expand it while I'm doing it, so it can be a 4x4. Let's just make it a 4x4 to start with. That means that is in a terrible, terrible, terrible place. Let us start out by stating that the chest wants to be here, so the harvester wants to be there. Then the planter will want to be 2 in front of it, which is there. That works much better. Item ducting out, down, down, around and into the side of the planter.